So you go to the Thrive Life website all ready to do your next order, and you find out that it seems like everything that you look at is out of stock. It's very frustrating. I completely understand. Well, I've got some great news. Thrive Life is about ready to fix all of that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. And like I said, Thrive has been having inventory issues, as many of you know, but they are in the process of fixing all of that, and I'm really excited about it. They're going to be ramping up their production, and I'll tell you about that, but let me just give you a real quick little history of what's been happening over the past couple months. Generally, they keep about 4 to 6 months worth of inventory in stock. And when the virus hit and the lockdown happened, I think that was early March, they sold out their entire 6-month inventory in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, absolutely amazing. Now, when they need to order new product, it takes them about 6 to 8 weeks after they order it to get in the fresh produce. And then after that, they still have the production time. So it takes them a while. They can't just, call somebody and get it in next week. It takes several months. So they were running with very short inventory, and they finally started to get everything in, and they were running the freeze dryers 24/7, and they were finally starting to get things back in stock again. And then late July, early August, another huge sales spike happened and depleted their inventory again, and that's what we're looking at now. And so now they are running sales about 3 times what they normally have in past history. And when it first happened and everything sold out, they just figured, it's just going to be a spike of sales and then it'll come back down after the panic and we'll be fine. But now they're realizing that's not the case. This is going to be an ongoing issue because freeze-dried food is in such high demand right now that all freeze-dried food companies are having trouble keeping it in stock. But Thrive is just, they're really struggling, and they've realized something's got to be done here. So here's what they've done, and I'm so excited about it. They realize that this is just not just a spike in the sales, but it's going to be a continued long-term demand for their food. So, like I said, the freeze dryers, they have 3 of them, and each one is a multi-million-dollar machine, and they have just finished installing a 4th one, and they are in the process of installing a 5th one. So they're going from 3 dryers to 5 dryers. So they're almost doubling their capacity there, which is really exciting. But their employees have been working 14 hours a day, and they've been running the machines 24/7 trying to get it done. So I heard a rumor recently that they were going to be hiring 60 new employees to do all of this. Now that floored me because it's not that big a company. I think they have somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 employees, and all of a sudden they're going to be hiring 60 more. I thought, wow, that's amazing. Well, the other day I was talking to Eric Morgan. He's the vice president of sales, and I asked him that. I said, you are going to be hiring 60 new employees? He said, no. I said, well, that's what I thought. He said, we're hiring 80 new employees. So they're basically hiring 50% more than what they already have right now. So I'm really excited because they're going from 3 dryers to 5 dryers, and they're hiring 80 new employees who will be working in production and in the warehousing area. And by the way, if you live anywhere in Utah area, they're hiring. They're looking for people, and from what I understand, they're having trouble finding people because of the COVID. Anyway, I don't know all the details there, but they are hiring right now. Thrive Life in American Fork, Utah. So what that means is that they're very quickly going to be ramping things up. Hopefully within the next month or so, you'll see everything going back into stock as they get all of this new production up online. Did I mention that each freeze dryer is a multi-million-dollar machine? So they're getting 2 new ones and they're hiring 80 new employees. They are taking it very seriously, and they're doing a huge financial investment into the future production of Thrive Life food. That's how seriously they're taking it. So within the next month or so, you should be able to see everything coming back into stock again. And that's really exciting because I know I've been hearing from many of you, customers and consultants alike, when are they going to get stuff in stock? I don't know the details about which product will be coming in stock when. I just know that they're ramping it up, man. They're ramping it up, and I'm really excited about that. Now, also, Eric Morgan, the Vice President of Marketing, also did a virtual tour of their freeze-drying facility recently. I thought I would include it here. He shows the whole facility, including all the freeze dryers and stuff, and you'll see in this video that he mentions that this is where the new freeze dryers are going. So, if you would like to see what their facility is like and how they go about freeze-drying the food, here is Eric Morgan with the tour of the Thrive Life freeze-drying facility in American Fork, Utah. Enjoy it, guys. Thanks for listening. Be blessed.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Morgan. I'm your tour guide today at Thrive Life. Here we are at headquarters in American Fork, Utah. It's a little loud because there's a freeway just across the road there, but I wanted to start out here because this is a good place to start. But also, I wanted to show you what we get to see. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see that there. That is Mount Timpanogos, and we get the privilege of just working right across the street from Mount Timpanogos, one of the most beautiful mountains, and I love to be here when the sun rises right over that mountain. I actually come from the north up here, so when I'm coming in, sometimes the sun comes right above the mountain there, and with the clouds and the sun rays, it's a gorgeous way to start my day. And so here we are, Thrive Life. Are you ready for the tour? Let's do it. Masks are required here, so I'm going to throw my mask on. Let's go in. Hello, Linda.
Good morning, Eric.
There's Linda. There's the first happy face we see here at Thrive Life. We love Linda. She's our receptionist, and she works with customer service. We have to be checked in here.
Everyone who comes in gets a forehead scan.
Yeah, here we
I'll do
go.
that right now.
Make sure my temperature's okay.
It looks like you're perfect today.
Oh, yeah. I get to pass
Yes,
through the
you do.
doors.
You may proceed.
So here's our lobby. We're very proud of. You come through here, and if you go right down there, that is our showroom. Should we take a peek? Yes, we have a showroom. You can come in and check things out. We used to do samples before the whole COVID thing. We can't do samples now for obvious reasons. But this is our showroom. If you've ever been in our showroom, you know Georgianne. Hello, Georgianne.
Hi.
There's Georgianne. If you know Georgianne, give us a few likes or loves or whatever those are. Thank you.
Love it.
Georgianne. And this is Georgianne's showroom. It's kind of barren right now just because we, as you know, are out of stock on so much. But it's a good place to come and shop. So here we are on the second floor now. This is where the owners have offices. Jason Budge and Steve Palmer are right down here. And they have an open door policy. All the employees here know that if you want to go talk to either Steve or Jason, that you can come, and their doors are always open, they say. Always open. Well, maybe not always. And then down this hall, we've got several meeting rooms. We've got a conference room here. We've got the Apollo back there. We've got the war room in front of me, which is where a lot of it, goes down here.
If you would just take off your mask, then we could have a normal conversation.
You know what? You want me to take off my mask? Well, I'll take off your head.
Okay, let's head out of here. That's the war room. Okay, so now we're entering the Thrive Way room. This is where a lot of the action takes place. What type of action, you say? I don't know. What do you think? Everyone needs a break every once in a while, right? You got to clear the mind. But this is also where we do a lot of our corporate meetings or company-wide meetings when we get all the employees in to talk about goals and how we're doing. This is where that takes place. This, you'll also maybe notice the setup. We'll call this the Thrive Life Studio. This is where we do some of our Facebook Lives and where we also did the Rise Up event. And then this wall here, I love this wall. This is what we call the Thrive Way. These are our guiding principles. We like people, we're better as a team, we do what we say. If it's not impactful, why do it? We're part of something bigger, and excellent today, better tomorrow. Those are our guiding principles with a little paragraph on each, what we mean by those things. So this is our Thrive Way room. What is behind those doors, do you suppose? Should we check it out? All right. Here, look what we have here. We've got our gym for employees. Why is it almost empty, you say? Well, it is very early in the morning when I'm filming this, but right before work, right after work, and even during lunch, we've got a handful of people in here doing their thing. Okay, we're going to head into the room that we call the blue room because it's painted blue. We loved this room when we originally expanded into this area because this was where we kind of had our whole story, the story of Nutrilock. Were on these walls, and they are to some degree still, but we are having to expand and get new freeze dryers, more freeze dryers. So this room is kind of in construction right now. This room will eventually, here in a couple months, be filled with freeze dryers instead of what you see on the walls now. But I'm gonna go through, it's very loud in there, so I'm just gonna go through and show you some of the images and some of the that still remain on the wall until we have to bring them down to bring the freeze dryers in. One thing I wanted to point out, I know it's really loud, but we've got a couple of banners up here. I'll turn around, or I'll turn the camera around so you can see them. But we've got the Builder Bonus Inaugural Club and the 100 Inspire Club, which is for the Builder Bonus Club. That was the first, when we introduced Builder Bonus, those were the first, I don't know how many, but that actually received Builder Bonus in the first, I think, 2 or 3 months. And then Inspire Club, when we had our convention Inspire a few years ago, there were some kind of a contest to see who could do certain criteria and be part of the Inspire Club. And there are the names. I don't know if you can see any of those names. Yeah, there we go. Try to pick yours out or your uplines and see who's part of that Inspire 100 Club. And here's the Builder Bonus Inaugural Club. Can you see your name, or can you see the name of someone you know? Or am I going too fast? Am I too shaky? If I'm a little shaky, it's because I haven't had my Ruby this morning. Okay, let's go to the freeze dryers. Are you ready to see the freeze dryers? Let's do it. Here I am getting all smocked up. It's a red zone. It's a red zone, which means have to be all smocked up. Red zone. In order to go into a red zone, this is what an employee has to do. So that's what I am doing right now, so I can go in. I've been properly inspected, head to toe, and I am ready to go in. We're gonna go check out the freeze dryers, the freezers. Here we are. So there are a couple of our freeze dryers. I'm going to go through the process though. Before they get into the freeze dryer, what happens? Well, a lot happens before they get to the freeze dryer. If we start at the farm, they are picked at the, we'll take a strawberry. That's an easy one. Picked right when it's perfectly ripe. It is cleaned, washed, cut, and then frozen right there on the farm or close to the farm within at most a couple hours. Flash frozen, and then it's carefully put onto a truck and brought to Thrive Life. In its frozen state, it can stay here in our freezers. Okay, here's a freezer here. Okay, so I'm in one of the freezers here. This is a freezer, it's huge. But this is where all of our product comes before it's prepped to go into the freeze dryer. So I'm gonna get out here because it's a little chilly. And now I'm in the staging room where we take the frozen product, put it on trays evenly. This is a good look at one of the trolley system. So these are all the trays here that the product will sit on. These are clean trays right now. And so you can see that the trolley system, I'm just gonna show you there. Woo. Do they make you sick? But you see how the trolley system helps us be very efficient, and it helps us to keep the product frozen when it needs to be frozen and come. So there's the freezer right there. So when it's ready, when the freeze dryers are ready, it literally takes 10 seconds to get from the freezer into the freeze dryer. And that allows for highest quality product if it doesn't change temperatures between the freezer and the freeze dryer. Isn't that awesome? Trays out of that freezer into this freezer where they're going to tray it up. Right now they're doing chicken. You can kind of see there the chicken that's ready to be trayed. And then when they're done, it goes right back into the freezer. And again, they're in a freezer right now, so it gets pretty cold. And then, once the freeze dryer is ready, it'll come out of that freezer and go straight into the dryers. Isn't that awesome? So once they come out of the dryers, they're sealed, they're put into big packages and sealed. And then stored in the warehouse until they're ready to be canned. But they are sealed before that, so obviously so no moisture and oxygen gets into those before they're canned. Now this is a pretty good look at least part of the warehouse. What's behind me is, for the most part, after something is freeze dried, it comes here to wait until we're ready to can it. So that's where those are. You can see this old banner. That's one of the original banners from like 2012 or 13 when we officially changed our name from Shelf Reliance to Thrive Life. And that was our first Thrive Life logo. How about that? It has all the signatures of the people that were there at that convention in 2013. Is that right? Maybe 14. Here we are at one of our production rooms. One of many. It's a red zone, as you can see here. What that means is I can't go in. Well, not like this anyway. But this is our staging room where the cans, they get up here, they're inspected, make sure they're ready to go, make sure they're clean. And then they go through that little tunnel. Let's walk down here. So the cans come through there. And this machine actually right now is down for cleaning and maintenance, but we can't stop production. And so we are still going, and we are actually hand filling these today, just today. I know that feels like it's not the most efficient way to do it, but can't stop production. And so they're hand filling, then they weigh it there, you see the scale, and then they go through that machine to get lids on. So after it's inspected and weighed, then the lids go on. You can see they're coming through with lids on now. And then they go through this cool little machine that puts the label on. You can see labels going on right there. A huge stack of labels in there. They go through here. They get the white lid on the top in that cool machine. Oh yeah, look at that. You see the lids turning on. And then they're inspected here. Antonio. Hello, Antonio.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
Good.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Antonio inspects, and then look at that. The lid is on, and they are ready
Yeah, ready to see.
to ship.
Check
oh,
that.
there you go. Check it out.
You see how it's beautiful here? It's
Oh,
equal.
yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
Antonio is awesome. We love Antonio. And this is one of our trucks that's being loaded right now. It's not right now because I'm standing in front of it, but they're waiting to load it. And this is ground beef. I think the whole truck is going to be ground beef. So I hope you're ready for some ground beef. All right, I'm in the back of the building now. The sun's a little bright, but it's beautiful. And this is the last step here. This is where, oh look, the truck's just pulling out now and on its way to your house. I'm just kidding, going to the warehouse where it'll be shipped from there to your house. Well, I hope you enjoyed your tour of Thrive Life. If you have any questions, comment there and I will try to answer them. If I don't answer them, it's because I don't know or because it's proprietary information. Let's blame it on it being proprietary information, shall we? All right, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.